The number of dead and missing continues to rise.
You can imagine what those girls are going through, or what they went through.
As search and recovery efforts continue in Texas. A daring rescue.
I'm just really happy for the outcome.
After an underground tunnel collapses. And a place of innovation and creativity.
Students understand that there's this additional service that they can access,
where FIU students make dreams a reality. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak. Hello, South Florida. I'm Dylan Bazay.
I'm Sabrina Lozano. Today is Friday, July 11th, 2025.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
President Trump and the First Lady traveling to Texas this morning as search and rescue efforts continue. This morning marks 1 week since the Texas floods, and President Trump is set to visit Kerrville, Texas around noon today.
This comes as questions are on the rise over the measures taken before the disaster hit the area. At least 160 people are still missing and at least 120 have died. CNN's Leigh Waldman has the latest.
There was 5 as of yesterday over there and 1 on this side.
What was once a peaceful way of life living along the Guadalupe River has now turned into a mass grave 1 week after catastrophic flooding.
This still blows me away. This really does blow me away.
Ricky Ray Robertson's family's property was significantly damaged in the flood. Helicopters are constantly flying overhead with search crews working across the river. His cabin home was washed away, but Robertson says people searching his property have it much worse.
The man walked to me and he said, "We're looking for our daughter." And he said, "I know we're not going to find her, but we can't just sit in a hotel."
Up the road near a local park, 91-year-old Charles Hansen has started clearing debris every morning, finding solace in the work.
On behalf of the people who can't be here or shouldn't be here right now, I'm here.
A week after disaster struck, the communities along the now calm Guadalupe trying to find a way forward.
But I think the best thing I can do in respect for the people is to help clean up the mess.
They're not numbers. You know, they're little girls and men and mothers and fathers. And what is this? You know, a big square box full of stuff, you know, that I can easily rebuild.
Now, here along the Guadalupe River, you can see crosses have been placed, all of these in place to honor those lives that were tragically lost. In Kerrville, Texas, I'm Leigh Waldman.
Miami-Dade Fire Rescue joining the search efforts in Texas this morning after the devastating flash floods. South Florida is sending special help to assist search and rescue efforts. Urban Search and Rescue Florida Task Force 1 team is now working alongside other federal, state, and local emergency responders. They are currently deployed in Hunt, Texas, and have been conducting canine searches in flood-affected areas.
Higher education may soon be out of reach for thousands of students. That's because a newly passed bill will place strict borrowing caps on the federal student loans and eliminate a key loan that many students rely on. Our DC Bureau reporter Laura Iglesias has more on this story.
For years, students have relied on federal loans to help fund their dreams of graduate and professional school. But starting in 2026, that picture could look drastically different, leaving many to now wonder what comes next.
Last week, Congress passed the Big Beautiful Bill, which includes a change to how student loans now work. Graduate students will face new federal loan limits, capping how much they can borrow each year and over their lifetime.
It's going to impact where a lot of students are not going to be able to afford a graduate program, especially those that come from low to middle income backgrounds, because of the eliminations of the Graduate Plus loan program. It's not going to be there.
This new bill sets an annual loan limit of $20,500 for most graduate students and eliminates Grad Plus loans, which once allowed students to borrow the full cost of their education.
And if they don't have the support from a parent to co-sign, now they have to go look for a private loan because the Graduate Plus loan is no longer going to be there. Then that makes it really challenging and sometimes even impossible.
For incoming law students like Yasmin Mazawi, the Grad Plus loan made higher education possible, and its removal could have changed everything.
Without the scholarship that I currently have for the upcoming law school cycle, it would have made me reconsider going to law school or reconsider my options in affording law school. So without the Grad Plus loan, for a lot of students, it becomes a lot more difficult to afford higher education past an undergrad degree and mostly a professional degree like law school and medical school.
While the bill doesn't take full effect until next year, students are already starting to feel the pressure. For many, it's not just about getting accepted into schools. Now it's about if they can afford it. Reporting from Washington, D.C. for Caplin News, I'm Laura Iglesias.
A Columbia University protester is suing the Trump administration this morning after spending over 100 days in immigration detention. Mahmoud Khalil expressed he was targeted because of his pro-Palestinian views. His attorneys claim the arrest and deportation was political retaliation. Now he's asking for $20 million or just an apology and a change to what he believes is a policy targeting student voices. The government denies this claim, calling them absurd and insisting everything was done legally.
Citizens gather in eastern Iowa to demand the release of an immigrant that was deported last week. Pascual Pedro came to the United States when he was just 13, with his father seeking asylum from Guatemala. After living in the United States for almost 7 years and complying with the laws, he was deported back. Protesters are demanding justice for Pascual and for his return to the United States.
A dramatic rescue in Los Angeles yesterday left 31 men trapped 400 feet underground after a tunnel collapse. CNN's Stephanie Alam has the latest.
A sigh of relief across Los Angeles Thursday after 31 workers were rescued during what officials describe as a, quote, tense and traumatic tunnel collapse.
How bad could this have been?
It could have been very bad because we're talking about 31 human lives, but I'm very happy to say it wasn't. We're very pleased and very, very happy that all of the workers were able to get out.
A portion of the tunnel, which is part of a wastewater project, collapsed about 400 feet below ground, roughly 5 miles from its only entry and exit point, briefly trapping the workers.
They've lost their phones, so they do not have any communication with them at this point.
The incident occurred when workers were operating a tunnel boring machine, which builds a tunnel as it digs, as shown here in this instructional video from the project. The chief engineer says a section that was already completed caved in due to, quote, squeezing ground, a phenomenon that happens when the soil deforms during an excavation. The Los Angeles Fire Department says trapped workers managed to climb over 12 to 15 feet of loose soil and debris to the other side of the collapse and onto a tunnel vehicle, which took them to the exit, where they were hoisted up in a rescue cage to safety. LA Fire Captain Danny Wu was one of the 100 or so firefighters who responded. He says he was expecting the worst upon arriving at the scene.
Driving there in my car, my heart just sank. It was just so sad to see 31 families out there just not knowing what was going on. So I'm just really happy for the outcome.
Now, officials say construction on the tunnel will be halted indefinitely.
We have to do an assessment for safety, we have to do an assessment for structural integrity, and we have to do engineering assessments to ensure everybody's safety going forward.
That was CNN's Stephanie Alem reporting. The tunnels have been under construction for 4 years. They are meant to replace 2 large tunnels that are not up to current earthquake standards.
A family is in mourning this morning after an 8-year-old boy was killed by a fallen tree branch. 4 others were injured, including 2 adults and 2 kids, one being an 11-year-old girl who suffered a broken leg and had to be airlifted to a hospital. The branch is between 20 to 30 feet long, and the entrance to the park was shut down for the investigation.
The Miami Marlins looking to win their series against the Cincinnati Reds.
That's still ahead, and so is the story.
Every year we develop new practices and how we can serve our fellows.
A creative space that FIU offers to their students to make ideas come to life. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
Really use a new tablet. I just don't have the money.
Let me ask you something. Do you have a Pell Grant?
Yes.
You do know you can get a free tablet, right?
Did you say free?
Yeah, free. It's simple. And the application is done in the store.
I could really use a tablet.
Go get one. another satisfied customer. Stop by Panther in the Graham Center at FIU MMC today to speak with one of our associates to get your free tablet.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life. But how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have something called prediabetes. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
FIU embraces their students' creative sparks by giving them the resources they need to build businesses. A studio at FIU is looking to provide entrepreneurial opportunities for their most creative students.
Caplin's Stephanie Tenia visited the Radcliffe Art and Design Incubator and has more on the story.
Here at FIU Biscayne Bay campus, ideas are transforming into action. This incubator behind me, it's the perfect place for students to transform their ideas into creative ventures.
Brutalist architecture. He's an architecture student, but
what makes the Radcliffe Incubator unique is just not its focus on business, but its commitment to social change.
Every year we develop new practices and how we can serve our fellows.
It was a beautiful project created by one of our early.
Here, students learn that entrepreneurship isn't about making money. It's about providing real solutions to real problems in their communities. From one-on-one coaching to seed funding, the program offers a complete experience. Students receive legal, financial, and technical support to take their ideas from notebooks to real businesses.
It's very important that students understand that there's this additional service that they can access.
Each year, FIU selects a group of students who show entrepreneurial potential. Once accepted, they go through an instructor program that includes intensive workshop, live presentations, and direct connection with the business world.
Which is the asset utilization and the resource utilization for highest and best use.
Thanks to this incubator, several student-led projects have evolved into functioning businesses.
Some of them don't know the difference between having a personal account and a business account, and it's important to keep them separate.
What students learn at the Radcliffe Incubator goes far beyond the classroom. They develop leadership, critical thinking, and skills that help them not only in business, but in any professional path. Product design to digital storytelling, this place is where innovation meets entrepreneurship, right here in the heart of North Miami. Reporting for Caplin News, I'm Stephanie Tenia.
The Miami Marlins ended their series with the Cincinnati Reds in a two-way split after getting shut out yesterday. It was a rough game for the Fish, especially after looking very promising, winning 6 out of their last 10 games and an 11-game win streak on the road. The Reds put up points in the first 2 innings and delivered 4 in the 6th. The Marlins, however, could not even put up 1. The final score was Marlins 0, Cincinnati 6. The Marlins are in Baltimore and will face the Orioles tonight at 7:05 p.m. You're watching Newsbreak, and we are coming right back.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
lot of ways to reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Bill is a family man. He invests his money wisely and provides a good life for his children. Just one problem. He often opens emails from senders he doesn't know, and his computer is not password protected. One day, Bill checked his bank account and 94% of malware attacks originate from emails. Don't be like Bill. Take your cybersecurity seriously.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Sabrina Lozano.
And I'm Dylan Pizet, and you can get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu.